now I come to the point which is connected to the male and female together is joining together is the essence. The male essence to be called as a semen, and then female essence to be called as a ovum. Right. If the ovum and then semen joining together is known as a reproductive system. If only the semen is there, there is no ovum, or vice versa, cannot be possible anything. For that, the essence are majorly required for the reproductive system. That means the kidney essence resonance is the major role for the production, for the development, and then growth from the birth to till death. You understand, from the birth, even before birth, at the time of the conception, embryological concepts. So between the men and then women together collectively strong essence is there. Then you understand their kidneys are abundantly good. If the men kidney is good and then female kidney is weak, then you understand vice versa. That leads to the at the time of the conception itself is the patient or the infant which is implanted in the fetus that gets the deficiency of the energy, because they says at the time of the conception, after 2 months they'll say that miscarriage or the abortion happen, or the natural it has happened. So then you understand what kind of when you look at and see about the pregnancy test is the negative or the positive, the card system they says it is the weak positive, sometimes it's a very strong positive itself is indicating it is really the good essence is there with the male and female, whereas in the weak positive understand that energy essence is very poor. When we look at about the morphological aspects about the men and then ovum, also the egg production during the follicular study, we understand at the time of the conception whether the ovum is the good quality of the eggs or production to be taken place, whether it is the essence of the semen is the morphology and characteristics, and then motility is the good. When the force and rhythm and strength and quality is there in the semen, and definitely that will be the great essence we can consider when there is the nearly, what is the normal count of the semen? So nearly 20 to 60 millions per ml it is required the sperms count. When it is the lesser than the normal or it is greater than, absolutely that is, if it is the greater than what is 60, 70, 80 millions of the sperm count is there, but at the same time we can understand there is the lot of motility is the very poor, and morphology and characteristics is very poor. In that situation definitely it will not be the good essence, I can say. But due to that reason, what we made a mistake, lot of mistakes in our adolescence and then at the age of the before marriage. So that essence we abolished naturally with knowledge or without our knowledge. In the young generation, they says that people who are sitting in the new by using the phones and laptops and micro systems which are getting the blue rays, all are affecting to our health system. Not only that, today because of the phones and the laptops and the systems, definitely they have everything, the whole world and the universe is in front of you, that the people are utilizing in the good level, at the same time is the bad level. Definitely that end up eventually that causing the lot of health hazards to our body system. So the laptop, the name itself, it says the key place on the lap and then you can do the work, and the people are using on the thigh bones, and definitely that leads to the several, because midway between the two thigh bones you can understand that hormone is called as a honeymoon hormone. So that hormone is located exactly on the sartorius muscles, especially on the thigh muscles, and we are placing that is causing the problem to the pelvic region, that causing the problem to the penile organ. Of course in the female also that causes the problem to the genital organs, and especially on the gonads. When the gonads get affected, where the secretion of the hormones are very poor, and that leads to the good essence you cannot receive it. The secretion of the good essence is always good at the age of the woman. For the girl, I told you according to the simple questions, the women and men having the two different cycles. You all know that is the 7 years cycle for the woman or the girl. At the same time for the boy or men there is the 8 years cycle. So at the age of the first to 7 years, then 7 to 14 years, 14 plus 7 is 21 years for the girls. Till 21 years I recommend to all the girls in this universe, and please precisely keep your confidential and without breaking up of the virgin qualities within them in order to bring the good essentials and the good essence of the ovum within them. At the same time for the men also I recommend for the boys especially for that till 24 years, 8 plus 8, 16 at the age of 16 years sperm enters to the adolescent boy. So once it enters, but then it's the secondary sexual hormones it develop where the pubic hairs and the axilla hairs and then mustaches slowly it comes. So that's indicating the primary secondary organ started the developing. During the developing, no doubt the semen is entered at the age of 16. The girl, the ovum entered at the age of 14 years, she'll get the puberty. Is not indicating the 14th year you do the marriage and she is eligible to do the conceive, then she'll get the babies. But it's not the concept. At the same time 14 to 7 years, what is required? What is required? To development of the everything is required. So that particular time is the super crucial to each and every girl and then boy. Definitely we end up with the various conditions related to the sexual activities. Today those time the people knows the people who go for the degree colleges they have some affairs, but today we can consider that school children are creating this kind of the environment. Who is the reason really I don't know, but still the people are very miserable life they are facing. Now you look at about the infertility cases and infertility centers are more and more, because what could be the reason? Those days there was nothing much significant in that time, but these days are causing the more and more issues because what we using the blue rays are creating this kind of the environment. So therefore it is recommended, is the conclusion I can say, it store the essence. That means where it stores the essence through the kidney system, because according the professor Dr. Raju sir told that, so EVO was taken. So extraordinary vessel during the embryological sections he told that, so the extraordinary vessel meridians are existing at the time of the 2 months of the conception. So that is called as a reservoir of the meridians or the reserve bank of the meridians. At the time of the conception it develops the extraordinary vessels. At the time of the after the delivery, the birth, so immediately all the principal meridians, the energy distributed through the triple warmer mechanism. Right. So therefore the kidneys is the major essence. There are the two kidneys, is the right kidney and then left kidney. You understand, the right kidney is the gate of vitality, that is the root of the kidney. The left kidney to be considered as a proper kidney, but however the right kidney is the more crucial than the left kidney is. Normally it is advisable. So because when we wanted to strengthen the kidney bilaterally, you can understand the right kidney to be considered as a kidney in, whereas in left kidney to be considered as a kidney yang. So therefore this is the great quality of the essence is stored when your reproductive system or your kidneys are strengthening. If the parents are kidneys, both the kidneys are good, then the children kidney or the kids kidney also good. When there are the problem of the kidney, especially the children are facing the problem, there is a general malaise or the bone related issues, osteopenia, osteoporosis or the arthritis conditions are related to the children are affecting today, then you understand the parent which has been given to the children. This not mean you just go to the parent and say that why you made in this way without good essence. You should not blame in that way to the parents. Of course they have given birth to you, you respect to parents always till your last breath. So at the same time, so you understand understand the quality, because where we are doing a mistake, because you understand the people are doing the masturbation at the age of the 14 years, 12 years, 13 years, so on, so they will going to destroy their good essence before they get married. And this is after the 2 years of the marriage, I enjoyed my sexual life. Later period, this is I'm very very weak kidneys, or my stamina is very poor, my premature ejaculation are there, or the starting trouble called as erectile dysfunction is there. So this kind of the problem arises at the age of the 30 years. So then you understand what could be the reason. So we are the reason. Sometimes the sexual activities or the sexual education is very, very important, even in the school education as well. If they understand this is the sex, then they don't do the mistake. If we say they should not be do this, then they purposely they wanted to know what is the curiosity about that and how to do. So this kind of the, definitely we should give lot of information regarding the sex education, but at the same time you understand the female or the girls also should not disturb anything. So people are, girls are engaging with the various activities, and you understand, I would like to give you the people who are watching the porn films, especially the blue films, they are watching more and more today in the children and also adults. So that leads to the impotency, that leads to the erectile dysfunction, that leads to the premature ejaculation, that leads to the loss of libido, sterility, so many things it will happen. So therefore, because you understand there is something, is object is there in front of you, is the real image is there, one is the imagination image is there, then you can see that, you can enjoy by seeing that, but at the same time you cannot feel any kind of the pleasantable feelings until you don't have that touching feeling. When you have the touches, so that the sensation arousal taken place. Without that, the people says, wow, it's very beautiful, I am not getting the erection by seeing the blue film. Array, how are you feeling that? So there is no people, see, I am telling you is my clinical experience. The people come forward to me and they are telling that I don't want to get married because I see the film and then I don't get erection at all. So this is the reason is I don't want to do any kind of the marriage. So the people, once they go to the sex workers, they are the very strange people. So that time they says that they come only for the money sake, not for the giving some kind of the pleasantable feeling. So that's the reason they says I visited to that guy and when I could not able to perform my sexual activity, therefore I could not able to do this. I am giving you as the key information to all of you, because so I understand basically that these two kinds of the activities also wrong kinds of the conception which is existing in the common people, that I don't want to get married, I cannot give the happiness to the girl or woman. So in this way they are thinking that's really bad situation, because I understand because you know that there is the dopamine and serotonin is essential to the body, the happy hormones, the oxytocin is required to our body, then you understand it is kind of the people who give the happiness, the people who talk politely. One touch, I'll tell you, is the very secret. One touch with the love and affection. It's not that with the money you create the awareness to me, you create the happiness to me in the sake of by giving money. That cannot be. Once you touch by giving the some amount of the love, so affection, so that it creates the environment. At the same time, I told you the breast is the major role. Once you touches to the breast, that is the arousal to be taken place. When you touches to the ear, that arousal to be taken place, right? The people says, no, I don't have, I am the important person, but I don't want to get married. This is my clinical experience. Then I told them, I make them to understand this, what you are thinking is the negative thoughts. Please, I ask them to do one kind of the semen analysis test also before doing the marriage. Even sometimes it also recommended, I don't know whether it is the spiritually it is good or bad, but before getting the marriage, all the girls to be taken place one ultrasound scan, all the men or the boy to be taken place one one semen analysis before stepping into the marriage. Let's see whether they have some people are very good energy they do have, but it is the absence of the sperms are there. When there is no sperms, then we should not create, the life will be miserable for the woman. So in that way we make them to understand, this is my situation, and is it possible to get married? You just